Hi everybody, it's Molly from Colorful Freshwater Fish Tanks. I wanted to shoot a quick video of Mr. Grumpy Pants' tank remodel. Now I know that this isn't the most impressive tank in the world. It's only a 3.5 gallon about. It's technically the 3-gallon top Fin Dazzle from PetSmart, but it holds about 3.5 gallons of water. And I cut the internal filter section out of the back and replaced it with a sponge filter, both to give it safer and better filtration and also to provide more swimming space inside the tank. Now, obviously, this tank doesn't have a ton of decor or any particular design, but I did have to choose very safe, very smooth decorations for this particular betta, who is my first betta, Mr. Grumpy Pants. He has large, delicate fins, and he also, a few months ago, had a battle with columnaris that made his fins lose a lot of color. He lost a lot of health, and his energy level decreased a lot. We did successfully get through that columnaris battle, and he's gaining his color back. He's looking great. He's looking healthy. He's swimming well, but he probably will always be in a pretty small tank. He's used to it. He's a little bit older for a betta. He's about 2.5 years old, and he does still have huge fins. And hopefully the farther he gets away from that columnaris scare, the longer his fins will grow and they'll get healthier again at the ends. You can see that he had a lot of color loss from the outside in, and the blue is now coming back. So I hope that as he continues to regain his health, his fins might get bigger. So that's why he's in a small tank. But I did replace his silk flowers with real anubias. I'm sort of sad that I didn't get at least one more anubias because I don't think they fill the tank quite as well as I was hoping for them to. So I have 2 attached to a rock with a rubber band here, and there's also some Java fern starts on that. There's Grumpy Pants hanging out on top of his filter sponge where he always hangs out. I have this smooth glass orb with decorative glass blown on the inside of it and a few blue marbles. So I kind of switched his tank from like neon blue and neon pink little plastic gems to those marbles, partly because it's easier to gravel vacuum with the marbles because they're not so lightweight that they get sucked up so easily as those fake plastic gems that I was using. And also because he loves looking in glass because it's reflective. So sometimes he'll swim down and look at those marbles. And I think he gets really interested in his reflection, or the fact that he can see little movements because of the reflection. And he is loving his new plants. He does this constantly. He's just been hanging out under the leaves. And he didn't really interact as much with his silk plants. So I'm thrilled that even though I think I need to get at least one more moderate to large anubias, I'm thrilled that he loves them. He has had a lot of real plants in the past when he was in his 5.5 gallon tank, but I threw out pretty much all of his real plants from that tank. Because that was the tank that he had columnaris in. And then I did sanitize that tank and was planning to rescape it for him, but my cat pushed it off of the garage shelf and it shattered. So that is why I cut the back out of this tank that I had and created this tank for him. And he seems to love it and be thriving, so we won't break it if it's or that's not the right phrase. We won't fix it because it's not broken. Hi, Grumpy Pants. He's like, I'm hanging out under an anubias leaf, and I'm living my best life. He is so beautiful, and I love him so much. When I shoot videos of Grumpy Pants, he always holds still and poses a lot. Which is cool because we can see him up close and get nice and close and see him. But I do wish he would, like, swim around and be as active as he normally is for my videos. He's like, I've got this leaf to chill under. I don't want to swim around. Hi, pretty boy. Just an FYI, his little cave is a $1 ceramic tea light wax warmer from the dollar store. And I use them for little houses for my bettas all the time because they are smooth and ceramic is tank safe. And they're $1 and they're adorable. They look like little fairy houses. And Grumpy loves his. He will swim through those windows and he'll swim out and in, and he hangs out in his little house when especially because sometimes I turn up the current on his sponge filter for an hour or two just to increase the water flow in his tank and make sure that it's staying nice and clean and that the surface agitation is occasionally high enough to prevent anything unhealthy from growing. So when I turn up the flow on his sponge filter, he likes to go hang out in his little house and avoid the flow. Hi, Grump. Click subscribe if you guys love my beta videos and if you'd like to keep watching my tanks evolve. And when I get the money, I'm going to be building a pretty awesome divided 29-gallon tank for 2 of my female betas. So if you'd like to watch that process, make sure you subscribe. It really helps me out. Anyway, Grumpy Pants has decided to just hold still like he always does for videos. So see you later, Grumpy Gator.